Hey, welcome back, everybody. Okay, it is hard to earn money these days and especially tough to save it. So it can be infuriating when you waste it.
Here to help keep us from just throwing our money away is our resident money expert, Melissa Leong. Welcome back to the show.
Hello, hello.
Okay, so Melissa, this is a big deal. So we know that money, it's been tight for a lot of people, especially over the last year. Can you tell us a little bit about why so many of these things that we're spending money on, it's just falling under our radars?
We all wear so many hats, and with everything going on, it is completely understandable if you lose track of bills, if you make money mistakes. The best thing that we can do is just be mindful of the common traps that are out there and to learn from our mistakes.
I love what you're saying. We are actually going to play a game that's going to help all of us, including everyone at home, to identify how we've been wasteful with money. So tell us how the game's going to work.
That's right. We are going to play a version of Never Have I Ever. I will read out a scenario, and if you have wasted money in this way, hold up your paddles. I will play too.
Okay, here we go.
Are you ready for the first question? The first question.
Ready.
Never have I ever paid for something, but didn't realize I was paying for it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like a magazine or like a subscription or a membership. Yes, definitely.
Every subscription on my
charged.
phone.
Yes.
Every subscription on my phone. I don't know what I don't even know what I'm paying for anymore.
I get caught by those free trials. So free trials are intended to be tricky, right? You sign up for something, you think that I'm going to sign up for a period of time, then I'll cancel, and you forget, and then you get automatically charged on your credit card. So have an idea of how to cancel when you sign up for something. Watch out for those pre-checked boxes, and set a calendar reminder for when something needs to be canceled or when you're going to return something. When an auto renewal comes up, a business is supposed to send you an auto renew notice. So watch out for those. I would just make a habit of going through your bank statements, download the app to your phone. You want to look for mistakes, double charges, or so-called zombie charges. Those are the bills that you thought were dead and they've somehow come back to life to haunt you. And finally, it is always worth a call or a message to the business or service if you think you're facing an unwanted charge. You know, when I was sleep deprived with a new baby, I signed up for a whole bunch of things that I totally forgot about, like a diaper service and a website where they looked for caregivers for you. And I just contacted some of these businesses, and as a courtesy, they gave me a partial refund.
Nice, nice. Okay, let's keep going. This is fun.
Okay. Never have I ever bought something I already had or just didn't end up using.
Yeah, story of my life.
Yep.
You know what happened over the pandemic? I was in my closet because I was like, oh, clothes that I haven't looked at in a long time. You know how many things I found with tags still on them? I was so embarrassed for myself. Never touched them, never wore them. Some of them were 2 and 3 years old. So guilty, guilty.
I do that too. It's because I totally forget. I have a terrible memory. I'll think, oh, I love that. And I bring it home. I look at my closet and I realize I obviously love it because I have 2 of them. They're exactly the same. I do the same thing when I'm grocery shopping. I will come home and find that there are 4 oreganos in my spice rack. Canadians waste more than 3 million metric tons of household food a year. And so I have become more conscientious during the pandemic to do an inventory check. Before I grocery shop, before I meal plan, I make sure that I freeze things, that I mark the expiration date clearly on Tupperware. And I don't go grocery shopping when I'm stressed, hungry, or tired, or late at night when I have nowhere else to be and it's like a Saturday night and I'm just browsing and buying things. Finally, if there's like a gadget that I want to try or an item that I want to buy, I'll check with my girlfriends. I'll say, do you have one? So I could borrow it, maybe test it out for a little bit of time. I will buy things and then make sure that I understand the return policy to return them after a cool-off period. Although last month I bought an air fryer on a whim because it was on sale. And when I came to my senses, I brought it back to the store that I don't normally shop at. And their return policy was 7 days.
Oh, I guess we're coming over to your place for some fries.
Yeah.
Yes, French fries for all. Let's keep the game rolling. You ready for another question?
Yeah.
Okay. Never have I ever kept an unused gift card for years.
I still have one from my wedding. That's like 10 years old.
Oh my gosh, Cynthia. Do you know what it's for?
Yeah, it's like a garden store, which it's just not near me. So anyway, yes.
One report says that half of gift cards sold go unredeemed. That's
Whoa.
$17.5 million worth of unredeemed gift cards. Oh, I just had a little chest pains right there. And so while gift cards in Canada generally don't expire, there are exceptions, like mall gift cards, like gift certificates for specific services like a massage. So you want to make a point of using them, gifting them, or exchanging them with a service like cardswap.ca, because the longer you keep them, you could lose them. Stores could go out of business. Also, I do want to make a point about rewards programs. Your points don't generally expire, but if your account is inactive for a period of time, you could lose your points. So I noticed that I wasn't traveling during the pandemic, and one of my travel accounts was in danger of becoming inactive. So I redeemed a small amount of points just to keep that in good standing.
That's a hot tip, because I think especially for travel points, which over the pandemic, like nobody went anywhere, that's a great, great tip. Okay, we got another.
Never have I ever bought something at full price and then realized I could have gotten it for cheaper.
Oh, my life. This is our lives. Of course this happens.
Yeah.
Usually too late.
I mean, I will say that I did this with my wedding dress. I got it for like a slight discount, but if in retrospect, I would have gotten it used. I would have gone that route, but I didn't. But yes, guilty.
I actually got my wedding dress used secondhand, and I never regret it. I'm so happy that I did that. So I will actually do a search of something. If I see something, I will search for it online. I will put an alert on the app to make sure that I get notified if a new product comes available. I also use extensions. They are internet extensions. They are programs on your web browser that will auto-populate that coupon code box so that when you are online shopping, you are instantly saving. And so I will do Google searches for discount codes. I will check the website. I will also check the social media pages to see if there are any promotional codes that I can use. And if I'm shopping at an online store for the very first time, I will message my friends to ask them if they have any referral codes. That way we all save. I also have been known to buy things that are damaged or that are slightly irregular, and I will ask the manager for a discount. I have haggled in regular stores, and it has worked.
Okay, can I ask you about the haggling thing? Because I don't think I'm very good at it. I don't think I have the right skill set or courage.
Yeah, same.
Sometimes be like, can I get it a little cheaper? Is there any place where you should not be trying to haggle or bargain down on a price for something?
Well, it might be uncomfortable to negotiate for the price of, say, a salad or something. Although I can totally picture my mom asking for a free bread basket and taking it home after dinner. But while there are places where haggling is a must, like car purchases, real estate, rent, salary negotiations, cell phone contracts, for everything else, I would simply suggest that instead of thinking of it as haggling, I would think of it as asking questions. You're asking questions about the floor model. You are asking questions about buying in bulk. You know, it's always worth a shot. If you don't ask, you don't get.
Right.
Good tip.
Good. Okay, so we got one more, I think.
This is one last question. Never have I ever fallen for an online scam?
I think I'm pretty good.
So far.
We're good.
So far.
Knock on wood.
That is excellent, because the Canadian Anti-Fraud Center reported $160 million in losses during the pandemic because a lot of people were online and at home, and fraudsters had a field day exploiting people. I have never fallen for an online scam before either, because I am wildly paranoid. You know, people will call me and I'll just hang up right away. I will not click any links that anyone sends me, but I almost got caught. In the pandemic. One of my good friends sent me a link to a well-known store, and there was a super sale. I got really excited, put everything in the shopping cart, and I thought, this seems a little too good to be true. And I backed out and opened another web browser and found the original site. There was no sale.
Ooh.
It was a fake site, and my friend got her credit card information stolen. So even when you're shopping at reputable sites, if you've clicked a link, just be careful. If something feels too good to be true, it probably is. If your spidey sense starts tingling, it's best to take a moment to check Otherwise, you might lose your money in a crappy way.
Melissa, always such wise advice. Thank you so much for joining us for this informative and humbling game today. Thanks.
Thank you.